Today's video is going to be a really quick way of refining your haircuts, putting in layer, taking away bulk, taking away lines. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for being here. If you are new, hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment down below on what you think about this video. Refining itself is one of those elements of hairdressing that isn't really taught. It's something that's always classed as creative, but today I'm going to be taking you through a really simple way to refine haircuts. So this haircut behind me is a bob. It's a graduated bob that I found in the salon. We've got loads of mannequin heads all over the place, and this one was just lying around. A couple of lines in it, and the length could do with a little bit of a shape up as such. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the video. So the reason I'm going to be going through a refining video is something that I do majorly on everything. If you check back to some of my ponytail haircuts where I refine these really heavy deep cut lines in the hair and completely soften it off, I think refining is something at college level that should be taught more or spoken about more, that you're not just expected to put in a haircut and then dry it off and the client walks out the shop. That's how I was sort of taught. I was taught that, right, we put in the fundamental shape, blow dry it, straighten it if you want, add a bit of curl, and then the client gets to leave the store. It wasn't until I got into a salon where I was looking at these stylists around me thinking, their haircuts look absolutely banging, and mine are a little bit sort of frayed or raw. Why was that? So I started to pay loads of close attention to what they were doing differently to me, and it was refining. And this is why I'm going to be bringing you these videos. Next few videos, I'm going to be bringing you some haircuts that we can refine really, really simply. And the reason I'm bringing you this is because the guys over at Alfa Italia, if you'd have checked out some other videos, I've been using their tools recently, their hairdryer, straighteners, tong, combs. They've been kind enough to send me their scissors. And they've got something really quite interesting, an actual scissor system. And you've got like your hard blade, traditional hairdressing scissor blade. These are a 6.5, I think. 6.5 Alfa Italia scissor there. Then it gets interesting. So their system is all about trying to pull you away from old school terminology and old school technology as such. And we all know thinning scissors, and as soon as you mention thinning scissors to a client, they run a mile because they've had their hair butchered before with thinning scissors. Someone goes into it really happy and just taking away loads of weight and thinking, well, there you go. And then not until they get home and they wash it and style it, they think, I've got no hair on the ends. I've got loads of bulk, but no hair on the ends to really work with. And that's where thinning scissors become a real sort of taboo in the hairdressing industry. And the guys at Alfa Italia have called them soft cut scissors, which makes complete sense. Because you have your traditional straight blade, hard blade, and then you've got your soft, then you've got your thinning scissor, texturizing scissor, blending shear, but these are what they call their soft cut. And it makes complete sense because that's going to cut and that's going to be really soft when you cut the hair. So for removing lines and everything like that, it's incredible. But we've been using these forever. But they become a little bit, if you mentioned it as, oh no, I don't want thinning scissors, I want you just to texturize it with your sort of hard blades. And these become redundant because clients were scared of them because they've had them used wrongly on them before. So I'm going to show you how to use these today as well. But it's not until this next scissor that really Alfa Italia sort of changed the game for me when I come to sort of thinking about it. It actually, when they came in and did a haircut for me, it was the first time in a while I've sort of sat there and thought, oh yeah, makes sense. Like, why wasn't this done before? So the blade I'm talking about is the Evo, and if you know guys at Alfa Italia, they've got this Evo blade. And you can see there, it's like the soft cut, but there's only, I think it's 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 teeth there. But they don't call this like a texturizer or anything like that. This is their Evo. And I was trying to think, I don't know why they call it an Evo, but I was just thinking, why would they? And maybe it's like evolution. We've got to evolve with our industry as we have all the time with trends and colours and everything. So maybe I was thinking that. Maybe that's why they're called Evo, because they're evolving our traditional sort of techniques and the way we use our tools. And it wasn't until I seen these in action that I thought, wow, because what would make it easier for you in hairdressing? I mean, I, like, hands up, I absolutely love refining. I could, with the original straight blade, hard blade, normal scissor, shear, whatever it is to you, I could refine all day with them. Just really sort of softly chipping in, like slicing out and everything. I could do all my work with that. And that's what I've done forever. I've done forever with the normal scissors, but it wasn't until they came in and showed me that Evo that I thought, well, like, I love hairdressers. We love sort of gadgets, new tools, new techniques. And then when I seen these, I just thought, wow, like, let's give it a go. So today I'm going to bring you a video with this bob, and there's not many lines in it. I mean, on camera it looks really nice actually, but there's a few lines in there, and I'll mess it up a little bit so you can sort of see if some lines come, like, pop out. But I'm going to use the Evo scissor, and the way that it's used is different to any other scissor I've sort of seen before. And you sort of take your section and you take your first cut deep into there, and that's as if we are really deep point cutting into the hair. So let's jump to these ones first. With your originals, you sort of get your section and then really deeply point cut into the hair, creating these marks or lines or whatever you want to call them, removing bulk, putting in layer, putting in texture, and that's what we've always used these for, as well as everything, to be honest, these. But it wasn't until I seen these that it just sort of changed it for me. So what they did, and I'll show you just on a piece, then I'll go through the whole haircut, is take a section of hair as we normally do, and you hold it 90 degrees to the head. So you get this perfect sort of head hugging haircut. But the thing that these do differently, I'll show you. So what they do is 90 degrees from the head. So comb on the head, 90 degrees out. And then what they do is they take the first cut, and that either removes bulk, adds volume because of how deep it is, but you've got to take hair texture into consideration and density. So what you would do, and when you do it on wet hair as well a lot of the time. I'm just going to texturise and show you this bob. So we would go in there and we'd pull all that hair out, and you can't see the line. This is what blew my mind. You can't see the line, and then you brush the hair out. Look, there's no line. Let me get out of the way. There's no line in there. So we went in there, we pull out a little bit, and then this is the layer. So again, go in, you pull out. This is what puts the layer in there. And again, you can't see it. Should have wore a different colour shirt again. You guys always in the comments mention that to me. And then, when we get to this end, where a lot of the weight and the lines build up, we just sort of soften off as we come away. And I don't know if you can see that, but that middle section there is a lot softer than that line there and that line there. And that's what blew me away with these. When they came in and they were like, I was like, well, where are the lines? And they got me to blow dry the hair as well after. And I was like, right, I'm gonna wrap dry this. I'm not gonna blow dry big bouncy. I want to wrap dry it because I want to get the hair sitting naturally, how it falls, and I want to see if I can see any lines. And there's literally no lines. And then this is why today I want to touch on refining, because if there's a tool out there that can help you younger hairdressers create seamless haircuts quicker, then it's a game changer, isn't it? Let me know in the comments down below if you think this, for you, would be a game changer, where you can put the layer in, you can remove bulk, and you can sort of soften off the length, all in one. That's what blew my mind. And I will continue to use these, the originals, because that's my thing. But the soft cut, I'm gonna use them all now. So I'm gonna use the hard blade to put in a bit like it is basically at the hairline, but I'm just gonna try and take it a little bit more. And then I'm gonna use the soft cuts just on this bottom piece, just to really soften off. And I'm gonna use the Evos just to remove that bulk in there. And then we'll get to it. So 6.5 normal scissors. I'm just going to comb this down. So this mannequin head was just one I found in the salon. There's a few little edges that need tidying up, but just so you can see, let's bring that to there. And then what I'm going to do is tidy up that perimeter edge. Just putting a nicer, stronger line in there. There's me point cutting, which I could probably do with the Evos. Just want to just soften off that edge. Well, soften it off, make it a little bit stronger. Now I'm just going to check where the mannequin hairline is, and it is just there. So I am just going to cut straight across there. Just take it to that edge. So I've just put in my line as we normally would. Just tidy that up a little bit. So there's a very hard line there and a strong line there. We're going to grab the soft cuts, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in here and then scissor over comb just that bottom off, just to taper it in a little bit more. And this is something that I wouldn't have done. I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't sent these scissors, but it's something that I wanted to bring you, and it's sort of, it changes your game up a little bit. And if I can do haircuts that are even more seamless in less time, why wouldn't I? And that's what I found really sort of exciting about this scissor system. And the fact that they call it a scissor system, we all know that we love sort of systems and sort of protocols and everything like that, and like techniques. So if we can put in really sort of seamless haircuts with less time, then it's a given, isn't it? But wait till you see the next videos. I think I'll release this one first. If I don't, apologise, I'm talking about a haircut that's already been. But I'm going to put in some layers and length and texture on a haircut in sort of like a wanna with the Evos. But I just wanted to show you this, and they just go through, and not like they go through butter. Oh, mate, they go through butter like a hot knife. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And the thing is, I've had thinning scissors and that in the past, and I know these are called soft cuts, but they're basically thinning scissors. But these cut hair completely different to anything I've used in the past, and I don't really know why, but I'm really excited to learn more about it. And the same with the Evos. Like, I could be using the Evos here, but I want to be taking just that little bit more off that bottom, because with the more teeth in there, it's taking more hair off. And I just really want to be just tapering in to this nape. So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling away like that. So I'm going in and then pulling straight away like this. And then I'm hopefully going to be leaving a little bit of like a weight point, which is where I'm going to use the Evos to soften all of that off. You can already see that silhouette. Can you see? Yeah, I mean, how nice does that look? Looks really quite tight in there. It's dropped down a little bit here, so I'm just going to, because the mannequin head was taken shorter when I got it, I'm just going to soften off this edge in here and soften off with the soft cuts there. And then, like I was doing here, I started, let's just soften off that perimeter there. And that's what I was doing, or what I would normally do with my normal scissors. I'd spend all day pointing and softening off. And you can with these, you can go in there and just really soften off. Got to sort of take a few more sort of goes at it. But it really does just soften off. And I probably would go in here with like my normal blade, but this is just showing you what we can do with different tools and different like new inventions as such. Right, so there's just a nice little graduated bob. Just tidy up that hairline there. And all I'm doing there, you can see that bit there, drops jits out. I'm just going in and just softening that from there so it curves in. And this is what I found. I think it's to do, this is what they did say. See how the blade curves? Just get me out of the way. It's something to do with that. So the way that the blades sort of bend, which is why the haircuts tend to sit under itself. And that's one thing. It's the same with the Evo. Right, so we've taken away all that weight in there, just softened off this sort of line through there, and now what we want to do is, I want to try and get out of the way so you can see. We're going to take the hair as we normally would. Let me just show you that. You can see, get out of the way. That's quite a hard line in there. And what I want to do is 90 degrees out from the head. We'll go in there, pull that hair away, come up a bit, and out, and then soften off. And it just creates this seamless haircut, and it did. This is why it blew my mind, because it was like, right, I do all of this anyway with a pair of scissors, but because I like to teach this sort of younger hairdresser, how could we make stuff, which is why I've been doing the ponytail haircuts, how could we make it sort of the finishes that we do, how can we make it more simple for the younger hairdressers to really get the finish? And I think this is it. I think Alfa Italia have cracked it. So 90 degrees out from the head, in, layer, we'll just finish off this side. So 90 degrees from the head. Take a big section. Let's see if this puts a line in. So there's a big section there, 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 there. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Look at it. It literally blew my mind when I seen it. I think there's a little sort of heavy piece there. Little weight point you can see there. So let's bring that 90 degrees out from the head. Then we go in there and out there, and then there's that weight point. And let's just tuck that right under. Like, that is what blew me. I mean, look at the shape of it. And you can also grab these as well, as we did with the soft cuts. We'll just be going in like that. We won't be adding texture or taking a bit more bulk away. But there. I just wanted to show you a video. So I just wanted to show you a video of refining and these new tools that are going to make it so much easier for you if you are a newer hairdresser into the industry and you struggle with lines in haircuts, or you struggle with softening off, refining and such. These are going to be a massive game changer for you, so I just wanted to put it out there. This isn't a sponsored video, it's just they sent me these and I thought I've got to bring it to you. But like, it just, yeah, blew my mind when I seen it. So I thought I'd got to bring it to you. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, let me know in the comments down below. If you fancy getting some, I'll try and get some discount. So let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I'll see you on the next video.